Okay, I'll tell it real quick. It's a real short story. Flint, can you see this all right from where you are?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Flint is in only one of the Cherokee stories, but there's things about it that make me think it's a real authentic story. Anyway, all the animals have a meeting, kind of a council, to figure out what to do about Flint, because the Indians, Flint is breaking off pieces of flint from himself and giving them to the hunters to go out and hunt the animals. So the animals get real upset, and Rabbit says, well, I can take care of Flint. And they said, well, what do you want us to do? And Rabbit says, anyway, they send for Flint. He lives way up on the mountain. And at the same time, Rabbit has all the animals bring a bunch of food to this preordained spot, to this spot where he's going to meet up with Flint, and sends him a message and invites him to come to dinner. And Flint shows up, and he's been basically living on a diet of the birds and animals that the Indians are killing. They kind of bring him a tribute, give him some food, but let's see, I've got lost in the story for a second.
Ji-Stu is going to feed him what he really craves.
Yeah, Ji-Stu's got all these vegetables and stuff, and and Flint sees them, and he's just drooling, man. He wants some of these vegetables. So Ji-Stu starts cooking food, and Flint's sitting there, and Ji-Stu is cooking food handed it to Flint just as fast as he can cook it. And some of it's already pre-cooked. He's got beans and stuff. And it doesn't take long before Flint is just so stuffed with food that he's just swelled up from all the food. And he goes over and lays down by the edge of the place where they are and falls asleep. When the Rabbit sees him start snoring, then Rabbit gets into his little bag that he's got, and he pulls out a piece of deer antler, and he pulls out a little mallet, and he goes over and he looks at Flint, and he sees a crack. And he puts the deer antler in the crack and drives the crack into the mallet to split Flint. But when he splits him, he explodes and just blows up, and pieces of him go flying everywhere. And that's why Rabbit has the cut nose right in the middle under his nose. If you look, he's got a cut right there. And I'll turn it where you can see it. And that's why they find Flint in so many different places these days. Because Rabbit didn't kill him, he just scattered him all over the place. That's the story.
Nice.
So he thought if he broke off his head or something, he would die?
Well, he was just going to split him in half. But as it was, he exploded, and pieces of him flew all over Siberia. Or Cherokee County, whichever you prefer. I kind of like the Cherokee County version. I've never heard the story, but there's a lot of things that, like the little deer antler